We're not. I don't know how you're gonna remember this women's AFCON. It might be, possibly the games. It might be Malawi. It may have been the favorite struggling, but my goodness, if we don't remember the name Michele Bahina, I don't know what we are doing with our lives because this specifically, and yes, we're going to get to Ghana, Malawi in a minute, but this specifically, a game of her life, stop after stop. I mean, the headline is Cameroon going back to the World Cup, and the last two winners of WAFCON will have to take the long scenic route to make it back to the World Cup. If that, and we're just waiting for confirmation for what the matches might be, there is a possibility that it may be only one of them can go to the route of the under the IC playoff. But Kaylee Hina, take a seat, ma'am. 22 years young, clean sheet, saved three big chances. They're giving her a 9.6. Give her a 10. Give her every 10 you can. The game, the performance of her young career so far, stopping chance after chance from the Super Falcons. And yes, that'll be a discussion in itself, but her performance is the only reason. Nine saves, prevented almost three goals, which really, if you look at expected goals, could be even more. That could be probably 4 or 5 goals. Two punches, passing, yeah, cool. Long passes, whatever. Whatever, whatever. It's this. It's this. The three big chances saved. And Cameroon, the indomitable lionesses, are going to enjoy next summer on a beach in Brazil. Pick your choosing. You want to go to Rio, you want to go to Sao Paulo, wherever you want to go. They are headed to the Women's World Cup, which means three out of the four CAF slots have been given out, and we have one to go. But we need to. You cannot get to that game without starting with not only just Michaeli. Look at the defending. Look at the rain. They defended their lives. If you look at the stats of this game, how Nigeria didn't score one goal, let alone multiple, is beyond me. Good saves, bad finishing, and more. But Cameroon, with the defensive game of their lives, survived. And still leaking, giving chances, survived. But Cameroon's Gonbo Lionesses are headed to Brazil. Only 8 shots, three on target, but the one goal is all that they needed. Only two set pieces. Passing wasn't quite there. Nigeria had the measure of this game. Unfortunately, when the final whistle went, they did not have the measure they needed, which was one or more than one goal. And so Cameroon moves on, and I am refreshing one page here to see where sides may go, because not only does this now create an interesting situation, there's two conversations that start out. Conversation one over for the overall tournament is Morocco have no excuse to not win this tournament. The teams that you thought would maybe pose a threat to them, they dispatch of a uneven South Africa side, but that would have been the one side. And then I thought, if anything, probably Nigeria would be the team that would give them a challenge, but Nigeria aren't there. And so Morocco have Cameroon now. Algeria are waiting for what's it called? Algeria are waiting for the winner of Malawi, Ghana, which will come later. But for Morocco, the path is cleared for you. And you, if you don't win this, no excuses. Don't blame jealousy. Don't blame anything. If Morocco doesn't win this tournament, no excuses for the Atlas Lionesses. The path is clear. You dispatched of the team that I thought would give you the most trouble, possibly, and then Nigeria would have given you the next big challenge. And so if Morocco doesn't win this, that's on you. There's no excuses for that. As I see John Patrick chilling here. Good to see you. Yes, and hello to everyone who just finished watching Cameroon come through. And I don't want to see any Ghanaians say anything yet. We have to win our game because, in the words of a Ghanaian fan at the 2022 World Cup, we do not want to both go home together. Okay? So, Ghana, lock in. Lock in. Boil your eggs and lock in. Okay? We're in. But to this point, John Patrick, I do agree. Nigeria missed some good chances, but they also executed well on some chances, and they were just denied by the Cameroon keeper. The keeper, for sure. Michaeli, she was the player of the match. They right. Soccerway gave her a 9.6, 9.6. I'm like, no, give her a 10. Just let's not play here. She was spectacular. She did what she had to do. And yes, she was beaten on a few chances, but she was spectacular. Goalie playing at Benfica. Again, get your girls to Portugal. Good things happen, right? Portuguese league. In Canada, it's like, oh, yeah, we sent our girls to the Portuguese league. Yeah, you had Olivia Smith, who was there for a hot minute. Chloe Lacasse was at Benfica. You had Mimi Alidou, who was at Benfica, now at the Montreal Roses. Listen, get your girls to Portugal and let them develop. But what a performance by Michaeli, Bihina, and they, Cameroon, now are 1 foot in. But now they get to dream a little bit bigger and say, hey, maybe if we can get a performance like this versus Nigeria, maybe, just maybe, they could find a performance like this against Morocco. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to be patient. But, oh my goodness, it's true. The second story is that either South Africa or Nigeria will not be at the World Cup next year because of the pathways that they are taking. Unless this is wrong. So take this with a grain of salt. But there's a possibility, and I was afraid of this because they weren't going to put the same windows together. If this is correct, South Africa play Nigeria, and the winner of that goes to the Intercontinental Playoff, which means either Banyana Banyana or the Super Falcons will be enjoying the World Cup next summer, like the rest of us, at home, drinking a sparkling water, wondering what could have been. That is that is something. I was thinking about it. I needed to have it confirmed, but this now becomes the second story about this, and this is what happens with two sides that came into this tournament. They were expected to top their groups, and they didn't, and because of that, now one of them is not going to the World Cup. That is ridiculous. But hey, top your group like you were supposed to. Both teams lost their first game, and that set them back poorly. Right? For Cote d'Ivoire, I'm sorry, for South Africa, it was losing to Tanzania, a team that didn't even make it through. And I think for South Africa, it's a little bit more harsh for South Africa because they lost their first game to a team that ended up finishing last in their group. Tanzania got 3 points. That was their 3 points. Imagine. And Tanzania, look, they got points, and that was fine. But that to me is a little bit worse than, say, at least in Nigeria, who, look, Nigeria needed every math equation to work out for them, and it worked out. But apparently, as they say, ball don't lie. You are playing well in this tournament. And look, this was probably Nigeria's best performance. But unfortunately, they ran into an even harder goalkeeper. I saw someone said this reminded of when Ndozi first made her debut at WAFCON. I was like, that's actually a very good shout, just young enough to come. And if you get this type of performance, look, if you get this type of work from her now, Cameroon, you're good at goalkeeper. Now, Cameroon, find yourself the midfield. Your defense was solid today, even though you gave up chances. Let's not pretend. They gave up chances. But find some midfielders. It's a good story. They have a year to continue to improve. But we gotta go through. You gotta go through. Man. Yep. Well, yep. But I'll get to this first. Actually, I don't mind that. I think we're getting into trouble if we start structuring brackets to ensure certain. Agreed. That I agree with. And it's a if you don't, and this bracket is not forgiving if you mess up. And so, egg John, yo, well, you know, we got to get together and share some sparkling water and discuss these points because I agree with you here. They both sides did this to themselves. Now, I think more so if you're Nigeria, you feel like you did everything but score. South Africa, look, they had a good. I think their group stage was undermined by inability to score, but against Morocco, until they scored that goal, they were getting some chances here or there. But Morocco, I felt like was the better side yesterday. So now this is what it looks up. So the loser of Malawi, Ghana are going to face Cote d'Ivoire on the 13th, which means, again, first story, if you're Morocco, you have no excuses. You have to win this tournament. If the final doesn't involve Morocco, I think that would be so appropriate for this tournament where the teams you expected to get through all for whatever reason aren't in the finals. It would be a terribly attended final, don't get me wrong. And this is where I say that the quiet part out loud. From the optics, you need Morocco in the final because I don't think Moroccans are going to go out to the final. They've already got the World Cup berth in. They're set. Nothing more to play for. Morocco is just leave with the trophy. If you don't leave with the trophy, you have no excuses, right? South Africa lost 2 years ago, 4 years ago. Cool, first time. The loss of composure versus a side like Nigeria. Cool, Nigeria can do that to you. Now you have to defeat a Cameroon side who, though defended and their goalie was their best player, they still gave up chances. If you're not in the final, Morocco. I think at the end, that's true. I'm not going to disagree with you there. I think for the until South Africa got the goal to cut the deficit, it did feel a little bit like Morocco could find something else. The penalty they gave up was just clumsy. You can't give up that. You can't slide. Be aware of where you are. Spatial awareness is important. But once South Africa got the goal, I agree with you. Then it was just, okay, this is the South Africa team I expected. But like you said yesterday, it was a little bit too little too late. And so Morocco isn't, they're the best, they might be the best team left overall, but they're not this giant to me, right? They don't seem like this giant to me that are unbeatable. Quite frankly, in this tournament, I don't think anyone's looked like, and no one's looked like the favorite that we expected them to. Morocco have been the closest to it, but like you said, definitely beatable as they sit. So, South Africa versus Nigeria. One of those teams isn't going to the World Cup, which means two out of the four World Cup teams from the last tournament of the two out of the four African sides won't be making it because Zambia already were eliminated in the group, and then either South Africa or Nigeria aren't going to go through, which means. But then I will say this part out loud: I do like their chances moving forward because that. Ooh, see now I'm gonna. Oh, let's take a look at that to be certain here. FIFA Women's rankings. Because I think they might be some of the highest. South Africa or Nigeria might be one of the highest ranked teams at the playoff. And we haven't even confirmed the playoff yet. Don't worry, Ghana, Malawi. We'll get to that in a minute. Like this is a much more fascinating story. But yeah, if Nigeria, if Nigeria go through, okay, let me close. I'm looking this up right now. Okay, yeah, U20 is dead to me because refs did ref things. Okay, let me see. Okay, I'm on that one. This is so interesting. They'd be higher than yeah. They'd be so high. If Nigeria make it, they're the highest ranked team here, minus maybe the European, which means Nigeria would have to just win one matchup if it's Nigeria that goes through, and if it's South Africa, it could be them as well. Because I'm just looking at the teams that are there. The FC teams that are there. Uzbekistan is 50. Oh no, that's all. Uzbekistan is 51, and then who is team two? Chinese Taipei. Chinese Taipei. They're high. They're four. Oh, if Nigeria go through, they might just be able to squeeze out a path where they just need to win one game to go through. If it's South Africa, oh oh my. Oh yeah, if it's South Africa, they're below both Asian countries. And because you can't put them in this this is hey, win your groups and deal with things and life is a little bit better for you. But as it stands, the most shocking thing coming to this tournament, though somewhere out there, Ghana Niger ballers, Clinton is like, both these sides, I said, I don't know if they're going to make it. And right now, both didn't even make the semis, both South Africa and Nigeria, which means somehow Ghana versus Morocco is still a possibility. Are we kidding right now? This is madness. But hey, this is why you play the games. Sometimes you get introduced to someone at a right age, and at 22, Michaela Behina, listen, yo, I'm gonna catch some Benfica women's games this year. I'm gonna catch some games. But with that being the case, as you can see, we are about 40 minutes away from Morocco, Cameroon, and Algeria. Find out who the fourth African side headed to the Women's World Cup next year is, as we have Ghana versus Malawi taking place. Now, for the Ghanaians who will say, hey, we beat them in a friendly before the tournament 4-0. Yeah, the sisters weren't playing. Okay. So it's a different game. It's a different game. It's certainly a different game for sure. And the lineups are there. So we will pull those up here in a moment. But everything is all over the place. They're probably going to go in a back. Yeah, they're probably going to go back three again. Which this lineup is just all over the place. Listen, listen to me now. Ghanaians would be out for revenge, okay? Because that game was. I now want this more than anything. I now want this more than anything. Give me. It, it's at this point, there's two scenarios. There's two group rematch possibilities if, and again, it's a big word, if Ghana are able to get past Malawi. Because if it's Ghana versus Algeria in one quarterfinals and Morocco versus Cameroon, you could have either a Group A rematch for the final or a Group D rematch in the final or an A versus D. And so it'll be very interesting to see what this turns into. But we will certainly keep an eye out for that. But that could be. I now want that more than anything. But let's get to the lineups here as they are out. They are a little bit all over the place for how soccer we have it listed. But you have Cynthia Conlon in net for Ghana. Solid for that. I think they're gonna go. So Dua is definitely not playing in the middle. So Kojo is gonna move up there. So it's gonna be Yaboa, Boache, Dua, and then Josephine Bonsu. In the middle, you're gonna have Asantewa and Kwajo, and then on one side, Evelyn Badu, and then Kusi, and then up top, you'll either have a combination of Dor- uh, Doris Bwadua or another combination. But this feels more like a 3-5-2, like Ghana have been playing for the tournament here. And then on the other side, you have Chawinga leading the line with Kadzere, with Simwaka, and then Chawinga out wide. So that's Tabitha out wide, and then Temwa up top. Chinzimu and then Gondwe in the middle with Komalo, Madise, Alfando, and Makanda, and then Sikelo as the goalkeeper. And I need to see if this is the same goalkeeper. Yeah, that is the lineups for the game. One spot, one World Cup slot available, and one WAFCON semifinal spot available in a few moments' time coming through. But the story of the first matchup is, of course, Cameroon holding on to defeat Nigeria 1-0. They are headed straight to the World Cup and the semifinals. And in the play in games, either South Africa or Nigeria are headed home as they will face each other in one of the play in games for the Intercontinental Playoff. So, one of those two sides, one of the last two winners, ironically, will not be headed towards the World Cup. And that's two teams that got out of the groups in the last World Cup will not be headed back to the World Cup. And that is where we have seen. So for me, this is very interesting. Names I'm going to be keeping an eye on in this game. I think there's 4. Malawi, I think you know the easy ones. There's the two sisters. I think the two sisters are going to be there. Tabitha and Temua Chawinga, those two are going to be the key. But I'm going to actually say something else. Sikelo, the goalkeeper. Sikelo, the goalkeeper. The first goal she conceded against Zambia, that's a backbreaker. And listen, we saw some bad goals earlier. Cote d'Ivoire's goalkeeper, I see you. You're off the hook right now. But Malawi can outscore their problems, but you need to keep your problems to a minimum. Because if you concede bad goals, and then you have to have chance after chance to score one after the other, that's going to be very. It's not impossible. That's not the game you want to play. So while the two sisters, Chawinga, Temwa, and Tabitha, are the key names for Malawi, I'm looking at Sikelo as the goalkeeper. You're gonna need a very look. I'm not asking her to be perfect. I just need her to be above average today. Even average can get the job done. Because coming on the other side, you have a Ghana side that have found, quite frankly, just astonishing ways not to put the ball in the net. If Ghana had finishing boots, we say goals, but they have struggled to sometimes roll the ball past the goalkeeper. And yes, Doris has been snake bitten in this tournament. Chantal Boy Horkola as well. I think adding Evelyn Badu has certainly helped in the lineup in pushing and getting players to play well. The ball sticks to her. She creates well in the middle. That's a good movement for her. Kwajo and Asantewa in the middle have helped very much well. But to me, I think this is going to be a game for if Kusi can get if Kusi, because the one thing you can remember from the game that they had against Zambia, Malawi, that is, look, this was without Rachel Kunanaji as well. They were finding spaces and availability, and it wasn't just Barbara Banda. And so for Ghana, it's Kusi, it's Asantewa, and it's Kojo. I think those 3 players, and then you add in Evelyn Badu, and then I think this could finally be the game where Chantal Boy Horkola can finally get some space in the middle, just let some long range shots going. I think Ghana can challenge the fullbacks there. which means whether it's Yeboah, whether it's a Bonsu, Josephine Bonsu, I think there's avenues for them to get through. But that counter opportunity from Tabitha and Temwa Chawinga are always going to be a looming threat. And so this might be, as I said, the Morocco South Africa game was probably going to be the most fun technical game to watch. For vibes, this is the game of the quarterfinals. It's Ghana and 10 chances created. Somehow they've not scored one versus, Temwa's got two already. or Tabitha's got one and should have had four. So this game is going to be a game where just chances galore, I think, are going to find themselves. Ghana have looked better as the tournament has progressed in transition. I think having Evelyn Badu in the lineup certainly helps that. I think she's been a good player to drift into the middle, get the ball, get into space. She's been able to play off of players. Her interplay with both Chantal Horkla, with the two midfielders, Kojo and Asantewa, has been great and has really opened the pitch up. But then I would also argue Josephine Bonsu has probably been the most consistent Black Queens player this entire tournament. And I think her ability to get into the attack, especially her passing the ball, moving, relocating, creating, making the defense have to defend more than just, a back line, will be very interesting. I think this game is going to start off with Malawi probably sitting back a bit, trying to absorb, because I think they are much better suited to be a transition side with those two forwards. And I think if they're able to do that, then it's the onus is on Ghana to finish chances. Because if Ghana fail to finish a chance, coming back the other way, you're going to have Chawinga either 11 or Chawinga 10. And listen, I've seen those goals get scored. It's not a fun time. Certainly a thing for that. And yes, as you said that, John Patrick, smart for Ghana to have Kusi and Badu up front. You need goals, and they have consistently been the most dangerous for Ghana so far. I want to believe that this is the right lineup, but I don't know why you would have Doris in this lineup if you're not going to put her up top. I mean, the argument would be just don't start her. But who am I to suggest such things? Who am I? Oh, my. But this is where we sit 30 minutes away from kickoff. Again, if you missed out on the earlier festivities, here's all you need to know. Cameroon defeated Nigeria. And if you don't remember the name, Michele Bihina, game best goalkeeping performance I've seen in this tournament so far. Stood on her head, prevented chances, even though Nigeria had countless more, but weren't able to break through. Cameroon, now in the semifinals, will face Morocco, and Nigeria now will face South Africa in the playing match, which means one of the two past winners of the Women's AFCON will not be participating in the FIFA Women's World Cup next year in Brazil, which then also means that, if this is correct, the loser of this next matchup, Malawi and Ghana, will take on Cote d'Ivoire in the playing match happening on August 13th, which is the day after the semifinals. So we're going to have the semifinals in 3 days. And then in 4 days, we'll have the playing matches. And then 3 days after that, 2 days after that, we'll have the third place game. And then on August 16th, next week, Sunday, we will have the finals coming your way. But this is where we sit. This is where we stand. This is what we are waiting for. But this is the lineup, as you just said. Or these are the starting players. The lineup may look a little bit different as we get closer to kickoff. I'll see if I can find another one that either confirms that or not. But that is what we have coming up for us here. And for both sides here, I think this is an opportunity for them. For a Malawi side, look, Malawi for me have always been one of those what if women's sides in Africa. You see the talented players they have, but they've never always been able to get them all on the pitch at the same time. whether that's schedule, whether that's clubs not releasing players, whether it's them not qualifying for these tournaments. If you remember 4 years ago, um, for the tournament, for the WAFCON tournament, which also serves as the World Cup qualifiers, in the first round of qualifying, because that's how the matchup broke down, it was Malawi versus Zambia. And Zambia got past that result and won it by a score of 4-3 on aggregate. And so Malawi's tournament was over at that point. This time, they had Congo, not DR Congo, but just Congo. They had to drop out of qualifying. And then the round after that, let me get that right here because I had it, but then I lost it. But in the second round, they had Angola, which they got past by a score of 2-0, with Chinzimu scoring 2 goals in the second leg and getting them through. And listen, sometimes that's just the luck of the draw, and it worked out for you. And so that Malawi side then goes on in their group. They defeat the heavy favorites, Nigeria, 3-2. At one point, the game is 3-1, and it's 2-0 as well. They then defeat Egypt, which then gives them 2 head-to-heads. They fall to Zambia in the final game, but because of triple head-to-heads with 3 teams, it's only within the teams that are tied. They had more goals scored in their matchups, and they move on. And for them, listen, I think they've been a team that I would have loved to see them on the stage. And I'm glad, look, they're proving the doubters who said, oh, they'll be happy to be here. I've said I didn't know what to expect from them because I haven't seen them at the stage. And listen, they're saying expect the best, expect the greats. And they're showing this well. And then you look at a side like Ghana. Ghana, look, at one point, your top African sides were you had South Africa, you had Nigeria, you had Ghana. And then at one point, it was West African sides in women's football and then South Africa. How the northern sides have been investing into their sides, they have certainly proven and improved enough that now it's a full conversation. It's not just that little section on the west side or then some southern African countries. But for Ghana's a side that they didn't make the last few WAFCONs. They finally came back last year and they finished in a second place in their group. And then from there, they defeat Algeria in penalties. They tie and take Morocco, the eventual runners up, 2 penalties in a game that I think if they could finish, yeah, it's a theme with Ghana. If they could finish, man, we'd be going places. But they couldn't finish, and that's ultimately what doomed them. And that's what stopped them to move forward, and that's where they sat. They didn't make the They didn't make the qualifiers in 2022. Just to show you what happened to them there. Ghana, Wafu. Ghana, where are you? So in 2018-19, when they were trying to qualify, they fell to Nigeria. Again, sometimes it's just the luck of the draw. And in those years, they just went, okay, let's go regional matchups. And so if you're not Ghana, it's you have to face the team that's won WAFCON the most first round. And it's a similar story for Malawi, who again first round they fall to Zambia 4-3. Ghana, on the other hand, fall to what is my score? What is my score? Right? Canoe scores 2 in the first leg, and then Ghana was only able to get 1. And then from there, that's it. And then their World Cup dreams are dead. Princess scores in the 47th minute, but then the World Cup dreams are dead. So it's great to see these teams that look, and it just shows, hey, if you actually invest, and this is always going to be my criticism of African sides, you can't have a whole conversation and say, oh, we don't have the money for it. If it's important to you, you'll find the time to do it. If it's not important, just say you didn't prioritize it. Like I would rather a federation say we didn't prioritize the women and just own it versus saying, oh, we unforeseen budget things, or it's like, no, just tell me no. Because look at these sides. Ghana, Malawi, their last few runs, they didn't make it through. And then now a few cycles later, they are at the verge of qualifying directly to the World Cup. But only one side can go through. And so this is where we're going to see if you guys are dropping by, if you haven't already. Touch up that like button, just helps with visibility. And welcome to the channel, by the way. If you're already a subscriber, thank you. Welcome back. If you're not a subscriber, I only do this once. I tell you what I'm trying to get to for subscribers, and then I don't bring it up again. Look, we're trying to get to 1,500 by the end of this game. I want to get it before, because I'd love to get into like the 1550s by the finals and semifinals and finals. That's another goal. But I want to get to 1,500 by this point. I don't know what I am. I will check one time and see what we're at. We're at 490, 1499. Somebody just do it. Somebody just do it. Somebody just subscribe, man. Give me the 1,500. And guys, thank you so much for the support. Again, on this channel, we do primarily Canadian and African content. And so for the Canada side, we were covering the men's under 20 journey. They did qualify for the U20 World Cup, but then they fell to Mexico, so they don't get to go to the Olympics because CONCACAF isn't bothered enough to have a U23 tournament. But here we also do African content, national team coverage, so any tournaments that are going on. I know the WAFU U20s, I know the U17s are going on right now. And so we'll give you some recaps of that. We did drop a video earlier for Canada on some U15, 16, 17 rosters. But this is the type of things that we're going to have. We're going to have a mix of content, mix of people on this channel. Go back and see. Fun times are had. But if this is what you like, subscribe. Turn on notifications to know when I'm at. Or if you find me, annoying, just subscribe still. And turn on notifications so you know when I'm here. And that way, you go like, oh, he's there again. I'll ignore him. And it'll work great. You know when I'm here, you can avoid me. And, I guess it's backwards, I know. But this is how we are. So again, one more time, the lineups, the starting 11 for the players that are there. I don't know if this is their actual configuration, but Cynthia Conlon, Yeboah, Portia Boache, Kojo, Josephine Bonsu, Asantewa, Dua, Chantal Boyle Horkola, and then Doris Wadua, and then Kusi and Evelyn Badu up top, and then Chewinga, Kadzere, Simwaka, Gondwe, and then Chinzimu, who, hey, we saw that she scores goals when the sisters aren't there. She's there, so don't forget 17 as that late arriving runner wherever she's going to be. Kumalo, Madise, Alufandika, and then Makandiwere is your lineup with Sikelo in goal. And to me, players I think who need to have big performances. I think for Malawi, yes, you can say it's Chawinga, sister, do it. But to me, Sikelo, the goalkeeper, he can't let up a goal. She can't give up the goal that we saw Cote d'Ivoire give up to Algeria. We've seen great goalie performances and we've seen some terrible blunders. You got to be closer to, if she can just be average, I think Malawi have a good chance to get through because I think the attacking power and attacking pace are always going to be intimidating in the transition. For Ghana, Evelyn Badu, I think since she started to get more and more minutes with the side, since she started, I think they look better, they play better. She's a good late arriving runner. She's a good secondary cut inside. She helps the ball stick in the attacking zone in the middle. And then her runs create space for both Asante Wankwajo to move up and move around. So I think Evelyn Badu is a name, but to me, I think it's Kusi. Kusi is the name for me. This is a player who I think, especially Alice Kusi, if we look at what she did, if we look at what Malawi had happened to them versus Zambia, this player and her pace coming around wide against Mali, she had a good game, and I think definitely showed very well. I think, though, against this Malawi side, the outsides, if you can get her isolated, she has the pace to get by. Just don't stand over and try to set up your player. Just go. Go direct, be be direct with your movements, and I think Ghana will have a good chance to go through. I think this could be one of the more fun games just because of you have the counter ability of Malawi, and then you have Ghana who have done everything but score goals. Based off chances, this game could be 5-4. And I will just sit here in high stress with my boiled eggs ready to celebrate or, to console me. One of the two things. And so this is where we sit. Those are the players that I think I'm going to be keeping an eye on. You let me know what you're going with. And also, let me know what your score prediction for this game is. And does anything that has happened so far surprised you? Are you surprised that Nigeria fell to Cameroon? Are you surprised that Algeria got past Cote d'Ivoire? Are you surprised that Morocco got past South Africa? Or South Africa was able to put up only a fight at the end? What surprised you? And what did you get right? What did you get right? Because I know one man out there is like, I told you Nigeria would struggle. And look at them struggling. Oh. And I told you South Africa didn't have good form coming in. And look at their form right now coming in. Oh. And so, what did you think you were going to get right? What did you get right? Let me know in the comments as we roll, as we are about 13 minutes away from kickoff, which means we just have to get the players coming out to the pitch as well as anthems before we get going. And we will do what we normally do. We will keep you up to date. We will give you some play by play as the games continue. And we'll just be here with the vibes, and I'll let you know. And we'll have a good time here. If you're looking for places to watch the game, if you're outside of Africa, if you're in the UK or in Europe, if you have a VPN, go to the UK, and you should be able to access CAF's YouTube channel and watch it there. And so that is certainly the option for you on that way. The other option I would say is if you are in the UK, Channel 4 has it. And if you're somewhere else and you're not quite sure, just message to see where you can watch it. I unfortunately have not got myself to the point where I have a Discord room where I can put the game there and have you guys watch. But that will come. I don't know if I'm going to do that. But that may come, that may not come. We'll see for certain. But this is actually a very interesting little head-to-head note here. The last two games that they've played against each other have both been won by Ghana, which is why some of their fans feel very confident. Um, I would say, again, this game, the July 23rd game, the sisters did not start in that game. So I think that is something that you need to acknowledge. That's like beating Zambia with no Barbara Banda and Rachel Kudanagi. Not even one, just neither of them. And so that's up to them. Pay heed to. But Ghana in the last few matchups, or let's go with Malawi, they fell to Zambia. Yes, they then defeated. Before that, they defeated Egypt and then Nigeria. Before that, they fell to Ghana. You see that a 0-0 to Tanzania, and then a 1-0 loss to Tanzania as well. And so this is where I think some of the variants of what to expect from Malawi. I can't come in and say Malawi will certainly be the worst side, nor will I come in and say I think for sure Malawi are winning this game with ease. There's an inconsistency level to them that I'm not sure because a 1-0 loss to Tanzania, sure, Tanzania beat South Africa. So if they beat Banyana, that's a fair point. It's like, okay, that's a good side. But then they got goals in their other games, but weren't able to win the rest. And so that's where I think trying to gauge Malawi will be a little bit difficult. And that's why I think this game could be a vibey, high scoring affair, or could be a low scoring, everyone just doesn't know how to score goals, right? The type of game where you're just, oh, Doris alone in front of the net, misses. What's your winger in front of the net? Off the post. Like it could be that type of a game. That's what I'm anticipating. That's what I'm expecting. And so for me, that is why I'm just going with the more chaotic answer because I feel that goals and chances will be in this game. The way these two teams have played, there are definitely been opportunities, goals, chances that are sitting there for them. It just now comes down to if they are able to capitalize and bury them. If they can, I think both sides will feel good about their chances. But I think they kind of both do the thing that the other team isn't going to do. Ghana showed better in transition against Mali, but that second half was a little bit tough for them, even though they had chances, they just couldn't finish. And Malawi, I think, show that they could be the more progressive, they could be the more front foot team against an Egypt side that just wanted to defend and try to open it up from there. But against a Nigeria, you saw them be able to defend well, and then in transition, whoo, were they dangerous. And if you weren't familiar with Chewinga, just pace. Prepare yourself for the pace of the time. But we're about 9 minutes away. We are going to get that game on the screen for you. Okay. So let's get our score tracker here as we are a few minutes away. Lineups out, overview here. And about 7 minutes away from the kickoff. Again, at stake in this game, a direct berth to the semifinals of this, but also a direct berth to the Women's World Cup. The semifinalists make the World Cup, and so Cameroon, Morocco, and Cote d'Ivoire are headed there, and they will be joined by either Malawi or Ghana. And to be honest, ah, see, my nationality wants Ghana to go through because I am Ghanaian. But I think that the story of Malawi making it would be what if suits what has happened here so far, where Cameroon returns, Algeria finally goes, and then Malawi goes. So my head wants Ghana to go through. There's a little part of me that's like, oh, the story of Malawi making it would actually be such a good headline. And it would be a good reminder for a lot of African sides to, hey, you have a women's program. Don't just pull it out when there's a tournament. Like, actually have friendlies and do stuff with it. And you can do things. But we are here a few moments away. But let's see what we have. We finally have a prediction. Thanks, guys. Appreciate y'all. Yelami Firi says Malawi wins 2-0. That is certainly a possibility. That is certainly a possibility. I I feel like there will be more goal. If it's 2-0, I think Ghana has a game where they have chances galore but can't finish. That's what it feels like it would be. But I feel like this is going to be like a 3-2, 2-1, 4-3. I'm going as crazy to say a 5-4, 4-3 type game. I think that's what will be there in this game. All right. Looks like we're having the teams coming out. We don't need you here. All right, let me get my stream up here so I can watch and give you the commentary as we go. I would say I am very happy that this is. There's a part of me that is also happy that I don't have to do the U20. E. All right. Players are on the pitch. Also, if you want to switch, another option is Channel 4 has it on YouTube. So if you're looking for a place to watch a game live, Channel 4 has it on YouTube. So I'm going to put this here for everyone. If you're looking for it, if you want to stay with me, I'm cool. But I know some of you just want to watch the game. It is on Channel 4 on YouTube here. So that is there. If you guys are looking for a place to watch it, you may need a VPN, but we'll see for sure. As it looks like Ghana are in their yellows. But we are right here. Ghana anthem is complete. Kim Lars sitting there chilling. And now both anthems are complete. And so, really, one spot there. And let's see if we have everything confirmed. Malawi in their reds, Ghana in their yellows. I love me a good color clash of uniforms. All right, so and right now for looking at the lineup for Malawi, that is correct. So Sakelo in the back. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Yo, V Tunes, I get it. Thank you. Okay, relax, relax. And so for Malawi, it is again Temwa Chewinga up top, and then Tabitha Chewinga in on the left wing with Kadzere in the middle of the 4-2-3-1, but could sit back into a four. Yo, V2s, you like one more comment, and I am thanking you, my guy. So it's a 4-2-3-1, as we had said for Malawi. That's where they currently sit. And that is their lineup with Lovemore Fazili coaching the ladies. And a North African officiating crew. We have an Egyptian ref, a Tunisian and Egyptian linesman, and the second or the fourth official is from Morocco. I not seen it there, but I just posted here again the link on Channel 4. It's there. And apparently CAF TV may have it, but they may have a little bit tighter restrictions because um, Channel 4 Sports may be showing it. So that's what they're looking at. And the lineup that they showed apparently is the correct one. So Kwajo there in the back four, Dua into the midfield, which is interesting. Yes. So like I said, guys, CAF TV may not be showing it in the UK because it's on sports channel 4 sports. And so I've posted a link here again, and I'll post it here one more time for you where you're looking. You may need a VPN for it, but if not, you may be able to get it just straight. And if that's the case, take it in. Ghana in their yellows, Malawi in their reds. One spot for the World Cup to go, and one spot in the semifinals awaiting. And as always, I'll be 30 minutes behind. Supporters are there. Sections are decent. But Ghana starting off going right to left. If you're watching on the screen, I will be going with that as well. As Chantal puts it out and they go long direct. They really are putting Doris out wide. This is some Jordan Ayew type nonsense. Anyway, they're putting Doris out wide. Let's get this game going. As a throw in is coming in for Ghana. Alrighty, and Channel 4 is already lagging. Channel 4 just struggling to stay afloat. And again, like a lot of again, like I said, right now you have Malawi sitting back in defense as another throw in coming in. They get the ball in. Yeah, 4 is lagging. And a foul coming in for Malawi here. Sorry, guys. My stream is lagging a bit. I'm trying to find another spot to get this here. Ooh. And Doris gets a foul, clashing into the player. And we'll see if Malawi can do something off of this free kick. Yeah, Jersey tug and goes down and then slip. All right. Malawi definitely feel like they're trying to win any type of free kick here. As a throw in coming in here. Yeah, this laggy stream is gonna be a frustration for me. Josephine Bontu on the throw. We'll see what comes from here. Tries to flick on, but not on it. Left in, and Malawi get the ball back. Try to dribble through the middle. Tabitha gets deflected, but gone. And now you have Malawi trying to go direct. Zui tries to keep it in, but one back by Portia Boache. She plays it back to Josephine Bontu, cuts back, and she sends it up wide, but sent back in, headed away. Second ball won by Asante Wash. She gets the ball out wide. Now here comes Kusi with the ball. Gets into the middle to Evelyn Badu. Back to Kusi. And now Ghana back on the ball, and you see Malawi back in defending. Like we said earlier, this feels like Malawi are going to try and defend and be very opportunistic with their transition moments. Ghana they have to be deadly when it comes to their chances that they create. Right. One thing I've learned for watching terms, there doesn't appear to be a small group of nations that dominate over the others. Like the men's World Cup, we always have the usual suspects like France, Spain. Here, fair point. I think the teams that we expected to dominate didn't. Like I think we expected South Africa to dominate. Ghana tries to get a long throw in, but doesn't go well. Goal kick coming for Malawi. Like South Africa and Nigeria both struggling, kind of put this more into an equal playing field for everyone. Because I don't think many of us, now maybe if you're watching the preparation, we thought it was that, but I think that's where the struggle was for those teams. As Malai tries to go long, but Portia puts it out. Now here comes Kojo dribbling back out, and there's Portia watching with the ball. I'm not going to react. Now there we go. Ball play back into the middle. 1 second ball won by Doris. Doris heading it, dribbling through, loses the ball, but Kusi wins the ball out wide. Okay, Alice, let's see what we can do with this. Alice keeps it in. She's looking, sends in the high chipping. Doris heads it up, but Chantal puts it. Chantal Boyle Horkala. It's about time. This is the type of game we said this in the preview. This is the type of game where maybe she can finally get the monkey off the back of missing and having bad set of games. Bad marking, bad tracking, good hustle by Ghana. It is 1-0. It is 1-0 for the Black Queens over the Scorchers of Malawi. What are they checking? They'll check to see if she kept the ball in the net. I mean out. So that'll be what VR is checking here. But it looks like she did keep it in. We'll take a look at VAR, take a look at it there. But so far, if this goal stands, it is 1-0. And it looks like it stands. And so 1-0 for Ghana. This is the start that they want. And now Ghana leading by a goal to nil. Let's see if they can start to play a little bit better in possession. As Chantal gets out wide, cuts a nice ball inside, but a little bit too deep. Can't get there, but Chantal wins the second ball back to Kojo. Kojo puts the ball wide. Now the ball gets wide out to Kusi, and Kusi again. I said there's another name that could come through. Good chip coming through, headed across, but not headed well. Evelyn Badu couldn't get it on target. Kusi to keep it in. So it's 1-0. Evelyn Badu knows that's a golden chance that you miss. She know it's a golden chance that you miss. Kusi is gonna have a day today because I don't think Malawi have the. If you're gonna get as many goals as you can at this point. Chantal tries to play through, but Josephine Bontu tripping over her feet, throwing coming for Malawi. 1-0, 10 minutes in. Chantal Boyle Horkala gets it. This is a good start for Ghana, but again, we have 90 minutes to play. Games don't end after 10. As Chewinga tries to put in a cross and put it away. Now corner coming up for Malawi. And just as quickly as Ghana scores, Malawi are trying to find that equalizer. This feels like a game that will go. Might be the game of the tournament in terms of just. I'm feeling a 5-3, 5-4 type game. You can hear the fans. It's not quite full, but you can hear the fans. Outswinging ball goes in, but just sliced away. Goal kick coming for Ghana. Exactly what Ghana's been missing so far. Move Kusi Badu up the way it causes more chaos. Slide Doris back a bit. Agree. Have Doris more of a late arriving player versus a leading the line. Much better, I think, for them as Portia goes down the middle. Quadro with it. Josephine Bonsu. Quadro playing it through. Chantal plays it back to Josephine Bontu. She goes down the line, but Evelyn Badu can't keep it in. And I would argue it's really less of a 4-4-2. It's really more of a 4-3-3. because Badu is drifting back into her central space. But I think she started off deep, but leaving more of the pressing for the for Kusi as well as Evelyn Badu in that sense. As Malawi get the throw, try to turn in the middle, get the ball to Shantahorkola. Oh, full ears feels lovely. Audio just got better on channel 4 here. Portia goes, tries to chip it out wide, but too deep for Yaboa. Now a deep throw coming in. Okay, now here comes Sabbath, and she puts in a cross in. Not held. Tries to clear. Ghana tries to build up, but then lose the ball there. Now here comes Malawi with the ball. They're dribbling. They get the ball out wide. A nice switch. Josephine is beat. Can they get the cross in, Malawi? Can they get the cross in? Cross in. Chipped over. Temwa puts it in. Deflection. Oh! Temwa gets it. Own goal deflection. It's 1-1. As I told you, this will be a game with goals. Deflection 1-1. I am telling you, people, there will be goals in this game. It's an unfortunate deflection. It's an unfortunate deflection. Yes, it's gonna be one of those games. So 1-1. It chance after chance, guys. It's whoever scores last, which I know, really, really great analysis. But this is going to be a high scoring game. As they try to go direct here, coming through, but then oh, deflected. But here comes Ghana. Chantal finally gets it. She goes direct, tries to slice in the middle. Evelyn gets it out wide to Kusi, but not deep enough. And foul coming in for Malawi. This game is going to have goals in it. As many goals as you think. This game will have goals in it. If you guys haven't already, make sure you just touch up that subscribe button or, like the video so people can get a little bit more visibility on it. Makes for a fun watch. A nice 8-7 shootout or something like that would be wild. It would be wild. But I think there will be chances galore in this game. It's going to be a tough game, says Ishmael Agbesi. But definitely Ghana is going to win. Well, let's hope that they do. Chantal dribbles on it. She tries to go across, get it to Kusi. Kusi gets it. Bad touch, but gains it back. I am watching on Channel 4's YouTube channel, Channel 4 Sports. I will put it here, Firewall. One more time. This is the link that I am using, and it's on YouTube. So here comes Telma. She tried to chip the goalkeeper, but far too far. And it is a goal kick coming for Ghana. 1-1. No problem, Firewall. No problem. So here comes Ghana now with the ball again, moving it through. You got Portia Boache, gets it to Josephine Bonsu. She's going down the left hand side, cuts it back inside, and she has to go across. Gets the ball to Alex Kusi. Alex Kusi. She dribbles, gets inside, looking, cutting inside, tries to play, but too heavy on the touch. And we have it easily claimed by the Malawian keeper. As she beckons her players to go further up, and she sends the long kick. That's one back by Ghana, but the Malawi tried to take it forward. Good, good. Oh, by nearly shielded by Adoris, but she can't get it through. And then a foul given, and we have a Ghanaian player down. We have a Black Queen down. Let's see who the player is. It's Evelyn Badu, and she's grabbing at her. Let's see what happens here. No handball given on the kick, but Evelyn Badu is down right now. I have my VPN on, so that might be why I'm able to see it. If you have a VPN, turn on to the UK, and you'll get Channel 4 Sports. All right, so we're getting some ice on that ankle on a breakneck first 15. Already 1-1. Two steps, it looks like. Evelyn Badu is looking like she's trying to bring back the fact that, hey, like, we're getting stepped on. Anything? Evelyn Badu having to leave the pitch for a period of time. As we wait here, but 1-1 is the score. I agree, John. If they keep this pace up, I am here for it. I am here for it. Here comes Ghana now with the ball. Then they cut it back. Portia. They are playing Dua in the back line as Portia goes deep direct, but easily headed by Malawi. Back in the middle, one by Malawi. Turned. A nice touch. Tries to play the ball out wide and throw in coming in for Malawi now. Now here's the throw in. They try to play it wide. Josephine Bontu gets to it, and Chantal tries to clear it, but it slices off. Another throw coming in for Malawi in the attacking end. Another deep throw coming. This one headed a little bit better by Ghana, but one by second ball now. One in the midfield. Here comes Malawi Temo with the ball. Tries to get it. Ball played inside. Back out wide. Try to send the cross blocked, and now Ghana win the ball. Now they are progressing, but one back by Malawi. Some Waka with the ball, but then Asante wins the ball, dribbles out of some danger, and plays the ball out wide. Now here comes Yaboa. Yaboa goes down the line, but to no one, unfortunately. Easily claimed by the keeper. 1-1 is the score. As it feels like any shot on goal might be a goal, whether it's a deflection or just a good shot. As Alice Kusi gets the ball, she goes wide, and Malawi just play it out to stay safe. Nope, holding. Try to dribble. Kusi gets it and blocked out throw coming in for Ghana. Kusi's going to have a big game, I think. As the deep throw comes in, headed away. Monsu tries to wrap her foot around it, but can't. Goal kick coming back from Malawi. 1-1 is the score. Chantal Boyle Horkeless opening this goal scoring for the Black Queens, but then Temwa gets a deflection, Chowinga, and it is 1-1. 21 minutes into this half. Ball headed away, and a throw now coming in for Malawi. Top of the turns. Ghana tries to win the ball in the middle, but can't fight off. Malawi still with possession. They go direct. Portia heads it down. Temwa gets it. Gets it out wide. Tema trying to make a run to make survivability, but bad communication. And the ball is one back, but not quite clear. Here comes. You can't just leave players out there. A little disconfusion there. Headed away, and now Ghana finally win the ball and clear it out. Badu out to Chantal Horkola. As he get the ball to Asantewa. Asantewa now settling the game down with Josephine Bonsu. Calling for players. Nearly a bad pass, but Chantal gets the ball back in, and now Dua clears it. Gets it to Doris Boadua. She turns in the middle. She's able to drill past one, plays it off to Chantal. Chantal looking to who to pass to. Tries to go direct, but bad miscommunication there. Ball goes out for a throw off a deflection. Throw in for Malawi. Malawi with the throw, moving the ball back. And they try to cut it inside, but bad touch on it. Ghana wins it in the midfield. Good control. Evelyn Badu, or sorry, Asante Wat turning Josephine Bontu with the ball. She has Orkala out wide. She goes out wide. Orkala now looking, cuts it back inside. She tries to go direct, trying to catch Doris Buadua, but she can't make the run. Claimed by the keeper as she goes direct. As the ball lands in front of Tabitha, headed away by Ghana, but one back in the midfield. Now Tabitha with the ball. She tries to play a 1-2, can't get through, and a foul given for Ghana. As Katzeri gets on top of Kojo, as Kojo was trying to shield the ball well. Still 1-1. Here we go. Ball played in the middle, but now going direct, trying to get the diagonal, but Josephine Bonsu clears it back out. One headed into the midfield. Now here comes Ghana trying to win it, but can't quite get to it. Again, I would rather they go put Kusi gets the ball. It clashes. Kept inside. This is a little bit hectic on the side, but now a throw coming in for Ghana. We're about 30 seconds behind. I'm more than 30 seconds behind. I'm about 40 seconds behind here. So apologies if I'm not up with the screen that's here. But again, at stake is a spot in the semifinals, but also a direct flight to the Brazil Women's World Cup 1-1. Winner does it. There will be no draws. There will be no handshakes. Only celebration or another route coming through. So throw coming in for Ghana here as the ball is dribbled out on the right side. As they put the ball into Kusi. Kusi dribbles into the middle. She's got options. Play to Asantewa. Chantal giving space in the middle. She should have got back into the middle. Josephine Bontu now with the ball. Josephine tries to go direct. No defense. Evelyn Badu was alone, was offsides, but the defense, and even if she's not offsides, the touch is off. She tries to play it over to Doris. In that case, just put it directly on frame, put it on target. So free kick sent. But then Ghana wins the ball back, and Kusi now puts it in the middle. Asantewa a little bit may have lost it, but ball won back. Nearly a disaster here, but Ghana get the ball back. Josephine Bontu thinks about moving, but doesn't. Chantal Horka get a good ball into the middle, play it inside. Evelyn Badu gets it to Kusi, Alice Kusi. Now 1v1. She sends in the early cross, but too much air on it, and it's gathered by the keeper. The ideas are there, but Ghana, if you just get a shot on target, this is what you need. As Asantewa wins the second ball in the midfield, it's played out to Yaboa. Yaboa now dribbling, bringing the ball up. Kusi tries to dribble past, throwing coming for Ghana. It feels like 20 minutes have passed and it's only been 4 minutes. So we're out here in these streets. Still 1-1. Chantal Boyle Horkala opening the scoring for Ghana, but then Temwa Chawinga off of a deflection gets the equalizer. 1-1 is the score in the 26th and counting minute. So here comes Ghana setting the ball up. Chantal, a good chip, headed. And now here comes the direct ball coming. Ball bounces, headed away. Ghana goes direct, headed up. Evelyn Badu. Here comes Malawi. Ball stops in the middle. Good play out to Tabitha. Tabitha dribbling and deflection comes. Temwa turns. Good control. Puts it out wide. Can she get to it? Can she stay? Keep it in? She does. Ball played out wide and claimed by Cynthia Conlon. Ball is rolled. Ball played out. Kusi turns. Bad touch. Back to the Malawi. Malawi now. Tabitha with the ball dribbling through. Dispossessed. Here comes Ghana. Nearly dispossessed again. Alice Kusi. So here we are waiting. What's going on? So free kick coming for Malawi. But you can hear the supporters. You can see everything coming through. It's a good environment, it feels. And gathered by Cynthia Conlon. Here comes Ghana trying to progress the ball in, but bad control again. And played back to Cynthia Conlon. She goes direct again, but slices it. One back by Malawi into the middle. Ghana is just struggling at the ball past their half. Josephine Bonsu tries to chip around. She loses the ball. Temwa gets the ball in the middle. Tabitha gets it. Turn in the middle. Tries to strike. Looking. She's just holding. No options. Block shots. Evelyn Badu plays out, and finally Alice Kusi cuts the ball inside. Wins the ball again. Ghana finally gets some passing, and they get the ball past half. And they try to go direct with Boris Duadua. Tries to get to it, but can't get to it. Now, ball headed in. Asantewa controls it, plays it down the middle, dribbles through, gets it to Chantal. Chantal chips it up, headed away by Malawi, but Chantal wins the ball again. Turns, she looks, gets the ball out wide to Doris Wadua. Doris holds up, turns, gets in, puts a shot on, and claimed by the keeper. As they go direct here, but then the ball one headed in, and Alice Kusi on the ball now. Kusi with the ball, dribbles by one, chips up, gets it to Doris. Doris chasing, but then claimed by the keeper again. Sakello rolls it out. One in the middle by Josephine Bonsu. She steps ahead. Now Ghana keeping Malawi hemmed into their half. As Kusi with the ball played it in, chipped over. Badu tries to get to it. She's tackled. No foul and a direct kick go the other side, saying Doris is the one who caused the infraction. So free kick coming for Malawi. 1-1 is the score. But so far, outside of those first 10 minutes, the game is settled in terms of just a few chances here. But there certainly feels like there are goals in this game. It certainly feels like it. That's Malawi with the ball. They switch it out wide. As Tabitha tries to play it up to Temwa. Temwa tries to chip over Dua, but Dua defending well. She's heading it over, but Portia heads it back out for safety, but not quite out. Tries to chip it high over, and goal kick coming. Here comes Ghana. First ball headed by Malawi, one back by Chantal Horkola. Asantewa dribbles into the middle now, gets it up to Kwajo. Kwajo turns, shielding the ball well, continues on, gets it to Alice. Back to Asantewa. Yeboah looking, searching. Dua with the ball played inside. Evelyn tries to hold it, loses it. They try to go direct quickly to Temwa, but they can't get the turn. Evelyn Badu headed up well, and clattering and a free kick. But right now, it's just turning into a battle of possession, but not quite quality chances so far. Here comes Alice Kusi, plays the ball out wide. Evelyn Badu tries to send a cross, poor cross taken, and easily defended and cleared by Malawi. Now Malawi tries to go direct. Telma tries to get to the end of it. Portia cuts it back to the inside, outside, sorry, and out for a throw in. Still 0-0 is the score. One is the score. We started off hot, but now we're slowing down. Here we go. Ghana winning the ball back. Josephine going out to Yeboah. Now Yeboah starting off on the right side. Now she's looking for space, looking for someone to lay the ball to. No one, so she can only go direct. Goes out to Kusi. Alice Kusi tries to dribble up, but it's played out. Throw in coming for Ghana. Malawi not taking any chances, just saying, let's just get the ball and go. Oh, I agree. Those wide shots are just like, oh, and movement and square movements, and they go. Good throw, but bad control. Good idea, unfortunately. And now here comes Malawi with the goal kick. Okay, here we go. Simwaka with the ball. Tries to put it across, but well defended get by Boache and headed away. And now Ghana can get the few players back to defend. And now Malawi, it seems like it's their turn to put a little bit more pressure. I think they've had a better run of the second part of this first half. They've been a better side, in my opinion. Had better attacking chances, just not the final third has not been there. Now here comes Malawi looking for who to play the ball to. They try to go central cross in. Kwajo heads it away, but Yeboah controls it, and now she starts to advance. And she goes direct. Doris tries to get to it, cannot. High bounce, won by Malawi. Simwaka now turning. She's looking for Malawi. Gets it back in the middle. Gets the ball back to the right back. She looks to. Plays it out wide, but a bad pass. Throw in coming for Ghana. Ghana. I said Ghana. Throw in coming for Ghana. Hey. So here comes a bad throw, but badly won. Chantal tries to win it back, but now Malawi get the ball out left and wide. They play it out to Tabitha Chewinga. She's trying to find some space, but cannot. And Doris tries to get onto it. Good turn, but bad control. Ghana, bad control, bad touch, and now free kick coming for Ghana. Still 1-1 on the scoreboard. Still 1-1 on the scoreboard. Goals coming in the first 12 minutes and no goals since. But Ghana certainly have had opportunities where they could have put something better, but nothing, unfortunately. Passing hasn't been too sharp. Right now, we're looking at about 49% on passing efficiency versus 63% passing efficiency. All right, Simwaka coming on the pace. Can she do something with this? Anduwere, though, is shielded off the ball, and Josephine Bonsu wins the throw. But I think to your point, John Patrick, this is true. I think the press from Malawi could cause Ghana trouble because their passing is a little bit lackadaisical. They need to be a little bit crisper with it because they're just missing. It feels like they feel they can move it, and Malawi are like, no. Malawi have definitely hit another gear in terms of getting to it, so Ghana have to match that, and they match it till they fall off. That means you got to get goals for it. So here comes Chantal, dribbling the ball back, plays it into the middle. Ghana's their touches are just are dangerous. But if they get the ball out, they're dangerous. As Alice Kusi now with the ball goes wide and a good tackle. A good tackle. Again, ideas aren't falling through, and now Malawi can just go direct. One back in the middle. But again, Ghana's touch is just really what's creating problems for them. Ball deflected and throwing coming for Ghana. Here comes Malawi now winning another long ball. Josephine Bontu unaware plays again another bad pass. Samwaka wins it. Temwa Chawinga with it. She cuts it inside, gets it inside, played out wide, and a strike wide. Got back by Tabitha. Tabitha turning. Good hold up. A good turn. Gets out wide, but too much on it. Goal kick. Ghana, if Ghana could be better passing, they'd be in better spots, but they are struggling to string together passes. And that's both the press from Malawi, but then that's also Ghana has just been very sloppy with the ball. If they aren't sloppy with the ball, I think they have more chances and they maybe have another goal. Again, another bad loose pass goes back. Ghana are playing as if they're going to win this game, and Malawi are playing like they want to win this game. Chantal in the middle, she goes across, tries to get to Alice Kusi, but too much on it. and claimed and gone. But no, to this point, yeah, Malawi just seemed happy clogging up the lanes and knocking the ball out of the bounds. Ghana eventually gets tired, gives the ball away, and Malawi attacks. Yeah, Ghana are playing like they're going to win the game, headed back and claim. Ghana need a little bit of urgency here. They need a little bit of urgency. Oh, Wars Doris nearly gets a clanging opportunity, but cleared, and Ghana with the throw. Yeah, Ghana has been sloppy, but I think Malawi's pressure has a lot to do with it. Yep, if Ghana complete passes, Malawi's immediately on the ball. Ghana has no time to figure out what to do. It's that, but also they are playing as if they have all the time to figure it out. And so for Ghana, it's like gear up, like shift up into gear. The match, if they match Malawi, I think it's a different type of feeling game, but they're not. There comes Josephine Bonsu, gets in the middle of Chantal Horkala, dribbles through, gets past one, pulled, no foul, finally free kick given. So free kick coming here for Ghana. I don't know if you don't just play it, like roll it in this situation. They're not covering, they're playing for a cross. You have acres of space. Just roll it and then send a cross from a little bit closer. They go direct, head it up, over. Kusi tries to send it back. Asante Wall gets it to her left foot, tries to strike it but can't. Tries to fight off one, tries two, slides it out. Another missed opportunity. More wasted opportunity than missed. As Malawi now go, they go direct. Chantal heads it back into the middle, but one back. Played, looking, played back. Doris tries to get ahead of it, but can't. Headed back aside and played out by Portia Boache. And a deep throw in. And again, Malawi are right back into attacking spaces. Now, that looked like that was a stretch. A nice deep throw. Headed to the middle. Headed, chested. Josephine goes out to Chantal. Chantal gets it. Can't quite get. Doris tries to get to the ball, but again, no pace. And deflected off of Chantal Horkala. Another throwing coming from Malawi. Everything is going for the right for Ghana too. Like I know Josephine Bonsu is probably gonna have a good rating, but I'd like to see a little bit more from Ghana pushing for it. But the fact that she's defending so much, as you have Malawi now with the ball, moving it into some spaces, headed down, but again their spacing is just so. Now they play the ball space. Doris now gets but can't quite reach it, just out of reach. As now Malawi go direct again, played off, nice touch. Some walking now with the ball, gets it by Josephine Bonsu, tries to put in the cross, tries to cut it back. Ball rolling, can't quite get it out. Ghana tries to get it through, but chipped out and throw incoming for Malawi. They have Ghana on their heels right now. Ghana have to find some players or find a lot better. They need to find some composure on this ball because they are not playing with any. They're playing. It's not that they're not playing with composure. They're playing very lackadaisical. Ball played into the middle. Ghanaian players falls, but Ghana isn't punished. Kusi gets out. Ball goes out. Headed and saved. Finally, after the pressure, a save is forced. Simwaka gets the header on, but again, it's just a lot of just movement. And for Ghana, it's if they get the ball, Ghana feel like they are too lackadaisical to do anything with it. Asante Wa turns, foul given. So here comes Josephine Bantu. Yep, agreed. Nice header, better save. Josephine Bantu finally gets the ball in an advancing progressive state, and we have now a corner for Ghana. I think this is Ghana's first corner of the half. Let's see if Ghana can create something off of this set piece. As we await the corner to come in. They tried to play something clever, but the ref wasn't having any of it. So now Kusi's going to have to play it in swinger. Here we go. And they're watching the time here. This is the dumbest. Set piece finally played in good in swinger, headed away, not out clearly, but gets it back into the middle. Yaboa with it and plays it out. And that's halftime. Right? Only 2 minutes, which is refreshing, which means there hasn't been a lot of drama and rolling around nonsense. Agreed. But as it stands, 2 goals in the first 12 minutes, and then for the rest of the game, chance, I guess, as it's 1-1 for both sides. Here are your player ratings for the half so far. And the fact you're seeing a lot of green in the midfield for Malawi is talking to how they've been playing well. Kadzare, not so much, even though they're giving Chawinga the goal. No own goal. So Chawinga gets the goal. So good for her. But the fact that those Gondwe, Shinzimu, and then Siwaka are as your highest ranking non goal scorers tells you a lot about how Malawi have been just making Ghana uncomfortable. And consequently, on the other side, you look at the midfield for Ghana. Asante Wan and Kwajo haven't been poor. I think Evelyn Badu had a few chances in the first half where you'd look and say, "Oh, that should have been the first chance where she's all alone and then heads it across the goal, not even on target." That's a chance you're looking back and saying you could have not buried the side, but you could have really started the game off 2-0. But then you send that header wide. That's tough. That is tough. Chantal Boy Horkola is your player of the game so far for Ghana, whereas Temwa Chawinga with the deflection goal is that. But Alice Kusi, I think that's the player for Ghana who has to have a good half. And a lot of what Ghana have been doing has been going through her side on the right. And so far, she's had one key pass, right? Accurate pass in the box, 1 out of 3. Accurate final third passes, 33% as well. And then accurate crosses, 1 out of 4. And then big chance created, one big chance. That's the cross that comes in. Progression, she's been a little bit better. But again, both teams haven't been good passing the ball. And that's both. I think that's it's a product of, I think, with Ghana on the ball, they seem very lackadaisical. Like I said this, and this is going to be the statement I'm going to keep on making. The way that they're playing, Ghana expect to win. The way that Malawi are playing, Malawi want to win. And that's what it kind of feels like. And so you have Malawi who are going the extra step, who are causing less moments for Ghanaian players to be able to have time, and that's causing a lot of poor passing, a lot of poor movement. And you see, just even in defending, you see Alice Kusi having to come back 5 out of 12 duels won, 5 out of 11, one tackle, one in the likes. But like I said, I think it's a game where Malawi are playing like they want to win, and Ghana feel like are playing the way that it looks like to me. Ghana are playing like, we'll win it somehow. And I think that's giving you a bit of a more of an ugly game, even though we start off with a little bit more chaotically. If you look at what the stats are for this half, right? Expected goals, Ghana have one more expected goal. The deflection, I think, certainly drops the expected goals for Malawi. Ball possession about 54-46, which it doesn't feel like it, but there's probably been more standstill time with Ghana on the ball. When they've been passing, it's just not been there. Total shots, Malawi with 5 versus Ghana's 3. That feels like the half we watched. 2 shots on target for Malawi versus the 1 for Ghana. And that's the thing for Ghana. They got to get chances coming through. One big chance going, one corner each. Passing has not been nice for either side. 53% for Malawi versus 61 for Ghana. Expected shots on target, Ghana have been the better, a lot more dangerous side. Well, had the better chance, quality chance, but better chances coming through. But shots outside the box, you have that going through. Big chances, as you can see. Touches inside the box, more for Ghana, and you need Ghana to be a lot more ruthless moving the ball. It's not for it to be 1-1. You can live with that. If you're Ghana, you feel like if you maybe were playing with a little bit more urgency, maybe you found one or more goals. If you're Malawi, you feel like we got it right where we want them. Long passes have been poor. Passes overall have been passes in the final third, both not passing for each side. Crosses have been one cross has been delivered. Expect the assist are about that, and then that's where there. Fouls have been pretty evil. Tackles have been pretty even. Clearances have been even as well. No errors. One goalkeeping save. Kwalon with the chance coming. When Simwaka puts a header on, and then Conlon gets it. And so for it to be 1-1 is a pretty good measure of the game. But I still feel that both sides will feel like they left more on the pitch with 4 goal kicks from allowing 5 for Ghana. And so that's kind of where it sits right now. Not terrible. We started off like we were going to get chaos, but then the game has kind of settled into just eh. The game has settled into more of a sloppy game after the first 2 goals came in. Maybe they got us coming through, but these are the laps. Let me you guys think about it as we go. But again, highest rated players are going there. Let me take a look at Josephine Bond to see what she's done. Defending, she's been all right. Not great, but she's been all right. Progression, that's where you'd like to see more better from her. That's where she's been, where her bread and butter this tournament has been. Accurate passes are just passing, and again, she's one player who just feels a little lackadaisical. The one shot that she tried to put on, where she tried to wrap her foot around it, couldn't get to it. One successful dribble creates the corner. That's rare for Josephine Bonsu. And then Chantal Boyle Horkola, I think, look, 1 goal definitely shows well. Her progression has been pretty standard for what this game has been so far. But I still find that she's in this spot. I think sometimes she drifts into the wrong space. I think if she drifts, there's one time where Josephine Bonsu has the ball and Josephine's advancing on the left hand side, but then Chantal drifts out wide. And I'm like, that's where Josephine wants to go. You're more central. Drift into the middle there. Go into the middle and make the defense have to deal with it a little bit more. But overall, I think a better performance for her. The goal, I think, is a nice reward. Not had the best tournament so far, but definitely improving coming through. Let's take a look at some of the Malawian players, the Scorchers. Let's see what they got going. Gondwe, not much, but progression better. Probably one of the better progression scores we've seen so far. Coming through. And so accurate passes, 67%. Final third, 3 out of 5, which you like. Attacking, not quite there. Defensively, that's where she's in. And this is where, again, winning duels. They have been better with their passing and the movements, defending. That released nothing out. If Ghana could get the one thing I would say for Ghana is they have to make Malawi have clogged up the middle and making going direct one of the few options. This is where again I'll say for Asante and Kwadwo, if they can push the ball, dribble the ball, push it through the middle, and then go wide, I think that can give them options because you can see that everything they want to do is let's get the ball to Kusi because that's where the pace is. She's going to create everything, especially if you're going to put Chantal Boyle Corcola on the outside. She's not the quick. She's a better midfielder. She's a better late arrive. She's a better second striker than she is a outside midfielder. So you're giving up a little bit of pace, or you're giving the runway to a player like Josephine Bontu. But if she's always defending, that runway is null and void. And so, second half, what I'd like to see is Chantal Boyle Horkala get into the middle a little bit more. So you create more of a 4-4-2, but a 4-2 more. You start to create more of a 4-2-2-2, where you can push swap Doris and Chantal, and every once in a while, then Alice can come in into the space there with Asantewa or Kojo coming in. I want to see Asantewa bring the ball more and progress it more. If she can turn and go, then with Kusi out wide, then you make the defense have to decide who are we? Are we going to give you the middle, or are we going to give you out wide for her to create something? And I think they'll shave towards the left wing side or the right wing side, and then that'll create some opportunities down the window. And that way, if you have Boy Horkala come in, then she can get some long range shots going, or you get Kwadwo and Asante with some long range shots moving as well. As far as Malawi, what they're doing is working, right? And it's a bit of how Ghana are playing, but they're not giving Ghana too much time to pass, and they're making them look very poor defensively. And as a result, they're getting turnovers, but they haven't been able to get quality chances from it. And so for Malawi, it's continue the pressure, but now when you turn, their goalkeeper isn't as look. I see Cynthia Conlon versus Sakelo. I side with Cynthia Conlon, but you could still test Conlon. So start putting shots in once you turn over, get the ball near the box and just let them rip. That's what I would say would be the option. You guys let me know what you're thinking. I'm going to get some hydration and be back in a moment. No substitutions made as we're off on the second half here. With Malawi starting off, more how they have ended the half. And right now, it's going to be a conversation as to who can find a better rhythm coming into the second half. As again, Ghana's midfield is just very too stretched out. Here comes Ghana now with the ball, getting the ball out to Chantal Boy Horkla. She plays it back in the middle to Kojo. Kojo now with it. Deflected pass and throw-in coming in for Ghana. Updated there. The ball headed. Try play in the middle. Good triangles. Bad pass. Throwing coming for Ghana. Your boy throws. Turn. Good turn by your boy. Your boy wins the ball, but goes down. No foul called. Brought back in. Duas pushes off the ball and a throwing coming now for Ghana. They try to go direct and a poor pass. A rethrow. Interesting. But headed to the middle. Kusi heads it in. Evelyn tries to get to it, but can't. Asantewa turns. Gets it to Chantal. She cuts it inside, but no one on the diagonal, whether it was Doris or Alice Kusi. Kusi cuts it back. Ball tries to go up, but can't quite get it. Headed back. Now here comes Malawi. They go direct, try to switch the ball. Samwaka gets to it. Now let's see what she can do with it. Tries to cross it, deflected. Asantewa turns. Good chip over the head, and foul given. So free kick coming in for Ghana. Again, 1-0. So still 1-1 is the score. Who will take the next step in this game? We're going to find out, I'm sure, in the second half. As they go direct with the free kick, going across, bounces. Doris gets to it. She turns, clears it, but throwing coming in for Ghana here. Now here's Asante with it, cuts it through, brought down, and a foul given. So free kick coming here for Ghana. Will they go direct or try to just play it low? We'll see. Portia goes direct here. A low kick, headed, but not cleared. Asante tries to turn with it. Good turn, gets by one, plays it back, gets it to Yaboa. Now Yaboa with the ball. Yaboa dribbling, gets it out to Alice Kusi. Kusi gets it out to your boy, going, deflected out, throwing coming for Ghana. Better start to the half here for Ghana. Shipped, headed over, but won by Malawi. But back to Ghana. Ghana turn. Portia Boache gets the ball out wide to Chantal Horkola. Again, not much pace. Chantal closed down. Josephine Bonte plays it to the middle, but too much on it. She gets it back, tries to strike, slips, and now you have Malawi just going. Temwa just clattering through, gets the free kick, and a yellow card given for standing her ground. So Kwajo gets a yellow for standing her ground. So that's the first yellow of the game. It's a choice. No, not the first confusing yellow any of us have seen in this tournament. That's for certain. As they go free kick direct, ball one cleared, but headed back in. Malawi turns, Temwa turns, loses it, but cleared back in. Chip not well. Some Waka gets it, plays it inside. They play it out wide. And kind of wary with a cross, but claimed, not spilled, and a foul given. There would have been a hand there as well, but free kick coming from Ghana. A little chaotic, but they get it done. True, true. If I knew what a foul was after WAFCON, I would let you know. But at this point, nobody knows. Boy Horkola gets the ball to Asantewa. Now Ghana moving. They move the ball out. All right, let's see if Ghana can get something. Again, I think they've been the better side so far this half. Askusi Yeboah gets the ball out wide. Josephine Monsu plays it a diagonal. Asantewa tries to get to it, chips it through all the way to Kusi. Kusi all alone crosses it over, and Doris finally puts it across. But we're gonna have to wait. We'll have to wait to see if Kusi is on sides because that was too long. I've seen this too long. Let's wait to see if Kusi was on sides. Okay, it's a beautiful goal, but how many goals have we had? That's how many goals have we had in this term where Ghana think they've scored and they're like, oh, that's offsides. That's offsides. That looks offsides to me. To me, that looks offsides. So it's 2-1 tentatively, but it looks offsides. Kusi looks offsides. Like, it looks offsides to me. So I'm just going to say it's offsides. If they give it, I'm not mad. But this looks offsides. Because Kusi is not like, if they give it, I'm not mad. But I don't know what offside. I don't know what a foul is. Yeah, yeah. So all that Ghanaian celebration for what? Kusi clearly offsides. Back to 1-1. I don't need to adjust things, but it's a good warning shot by Ghana. It is offsides. So Malawi gets the let off, but Ghana have to continue this pressure here. A good start to the second half so far. Even VAR has made some calls in this tournament that have left me scratching my head. You think you gotta get the crossover, can't quite get it, and gathered. Whew. That could have been something for sure, for sure. Typical LLICU. Good to have you here. I listen. I wish it was a goal, but so far, Doris, whenever Doris maybe is involved with a goal, I just assume VAR is going to come in. It looks like Medice is down on the floor right now for Malawi as we wait and see. But yes, Ghana score what is the go-ahead goal, but it is offsides. What they think was the go-ahead goal, so it is still 1-1. But so far, a good start to the half for Ghana. So injury right now for Malawi. We'll wait and see what comes of it. The player will have to be out for at least a minute, so that is not negotiable. When anytime treatment comes, it's a minute that has to go for it. So it looks like the right hand is the problem. But it looks like this wrist is looks like it's really oh. I think I see it now. I think she lands on her hand, but then afterwards she gets stepped on. And so we'll have to wait. It could be that, but it looks like the sequence was she dives and then she gets stepped on there incidentally. And if the spray got in her eyes, it's a problem. It's a problem. But still 1-1. So here comes Ghana trying to build. They go down the line, but too far. As Alice Kusi tries to get to the ball, but it goes out for a throw for Malawi. As Malawi try to turn and go. And Malawi get the ball. A nice switch of play here. Now they have a 1v1. They play the ball to the inside. They try to go back out, but overran, but well defended. But Malawi now with the ball, trying to find some opportunities, turning good defending by Evelyn Badu, good shielding. Josephine tries to send it directly into the middle. Kusi can't quite get to it. Goes back to Ghana. Malawi. Ball, but she gets it. Simwaka gets it. Tries to turn, and then okay. Why are you waiting that long to make an offsides call? Like she's already offside. She's lost the ball. Ghana are starting on the like. If it's offsides, be confident. If not, let the play go. Like that does bother me. Make a call, refs. I believe in you. Just make a call. It is a powerful working spray, I tell you. A powerful working spray. Uh, Madu tries to go across, try to get the Kusi. Kusi controls, dribbles into the middle, gets it back to Chantal. Horkla tries to go across, but not enough on it. But then Quadro gets it. Asante Wa turns. Free kick coming for Ghana. So free kick in the danger spot coming for Ghana. Let's see what they can do with this. Do they go direct here? Do they go off? How do they want to approach this? As Portia watches, stands over it. She tries to go direct, but doesn't get under it. A dribbler, as Asante gets to it, shields, turns inside, a good turn, and brought down again, and another foul. Asante is definitely working to earn those free kicks here. Make sure she has a nice cold bath waiting for her. She's earned it. But Asante definitely having a better second half so far. But my gut feels like the longer this games go, I feel like Malawi find an equalizer. So I feel like Ghana need to score. Tries to clear it, but then now here comes Malawi. Simwaka now heading now. Possession is nearly evened out, but a bad pass. Now here comes Yabua trying to take on Simwaka, but then a throw in earned. The more this game goes at drawn, I feel like Malawi will find the winner at the death. So if I'm Ghana, the way that I feel, Ghana need to score. Ghana just need to score. The stress is real. Here comes Chantal. Boyle Horkola gets it out to Santewa. Santewa with it now. Plays it out wide. Kusi, Alice Kusi steps over, cuts inside. Plays it back to Alice Kusi. She plays it wide but can't quite get it. Plays it through. She gets back to it. Gets to the byline. Sends in the cross. But easily dealt with. And now you have Malawi heading back in, but then one back and headed out. Throwing coming from Malawi. We're getting into substitution time. What changes does Kim Lars make? As Doris tries to get to it, she could get to it, but doesn't have the step. Sakello gets to it. As she sends it, but won and controlled by Josephine Bonsu. She plays inside, dispossessed, and a foul given. Agreed, but Doris is gonna be up front, so it's gonna be Doris and Evelyn Badu. So I would rather look. I think you take off Doris and add a little bit more pace, and then you let your front attacking be a lot more fluid. That works a lot better. That works a lot better. Corner not coming. That's a chance miss. Now, corner coming up for Ghana. Set through, but not on target. Shinju goes, gets all back. Yellow. And respectfully, I agree. Respectfully, I agree, but she's she's Tanny without the pace. Truthfully, she's Tanny without the pace, but has had more Kyle Laren moments than she's had Tanny. But in this tournament, she's Tanny without the pace. Hmm, that was an ambitious strike. Just a moment. Oh, see, I'd say more Tanny than Joda because that you know what JD might be the best comparison, but the argument with JD would be JD plays. You'd want JD to play as the 9, though I would argue the play more as a 10. In this situation, this is a 9. This is why I think it's yeah. Yeah, she goes direct, and that's a very ambitious. It probably dips right under and clips it. That's a good save. All it takes is one moment, and then next thing you know, Malawi have all the confidence. But throwing coming out for Ghana, like I'm not saying Ghana are slowing down, but they need to get a little bit of life. I look dangerous against Qatar. Okay, on the stream, I look dangerous. Oh, barely defended. Ghana's looking a little bit out of sorts defensively now. This is really feeling like a tale of the same two halves. So here comes. Oh, bad pass. If you get to it, get there, get there. Bad control back into the middle. Evelyn gets it. Place it to Alice Kusi. Doris, you got to get into a spot. Alice plays in the middle. Chantel puts a shot and wide. There's chances, but right now Ghana need a little bit more energy here. Looks like we might get a substitution coming in here. Yeah, this was drifting away. A triple sub. So Princess Mafo looks like she's coming in. Lysima's coming in, and then Bueda coming in. So Evelyn Badu, her game is done. We'll either see her in the semifinals or the play-in versus Cote d'Ivoire. And Kusi is off as well. All right, so triple substitution. So off go Quadro, Badu, and Kusi. On come Mohammed, Adubea, and Princess Marfo. So Ghana adding a little bit more life in the middle and out wide. Let's see if it can translate for a goal to break the deadlock. Ghana win the ball back into the middle. 7 shots each. Doesn't feel like it's been that many. As Princess gets by one, but poked away. Good defending there by Malawi. Malawi get the ball into the middle. Pressured. Good defensive work. Goes down. But a soft foul given. So here. Apparently Princess and Adubea are now creating the offense for Ghana. Headed away, but one back by bad turn, bad touch, back to Malawi. Now here it begins. Ghana need a little bit more urgency here because they're just giving space. Kadzere goes out wide, but then bad played. Zimu gets it, but then they try to clear it and they're able to clear it. Kumalo now advancing, skipping past one, past two. There's a lot of just. If someone gets a shot on target, I feel like they're going to win this game. Dubé can't get past. You should have subbed off. Ball bounced and claimed by Cynthia Conlon, who rolls it out. Yobo with it. Oh, but a bad pass back to Malawi. Malawi coming back in. I mean, Temo's right there. Temo now gets it. Chowinga cuts into the middle. Chipped off. That should have been offsides. Shot off target and blocked, but the offside flag goes up. Yeah, clearly offsides. "73 minutes gone, still no goals. One goal scored, but off due to VAR because it was offsides. And so now both teams look to find the goal, the breakthrough that will send them to the 2027 World Cup and the semifinals of Women's AFCON. As it feels like it's been but if you're going to do that, you're only leaving one player to defend. If Boy Horkola is defending, it goes central. It's a better spot for her. I would rather her be the second striker than, say, the second midfielder. Big moments in this game coming. But we sit here, a few more moments to come. So one sub coming in for Malawi. Chikupila coming in. That's number 13. And she's coming on for Simwaka. So both teams just get keeping their wide areas a little bit more pacey. We'll see what happens with that. Here comes Ghana. Tries to play the ball out wide, but a bad touch. Ghana wins it back, but plays it out. And a throw in coming from Malawi. This feels like the first half. We're going to start off the first half well, and then kind of faded, and then Malawi started just putting on loads of pressure after they equalized. So if you're Ghana, you've got to be better. You've got to be better. As there we go. Chinzimu goes across. If she plays that wide, she has her, but isn't able to get the ball through. Ghana tries to go through, but now Josephine Bonsu just can't get to it, and it's a throw in. Oh, keeps it in. Trupapila gets inside, cuts to the middle. Strike goes in, deflected, and claimed by the keeper. As a free kick now coming for Ghana as they get the ball into the attacking half. This game started with promise of chaos, and now we've just had. I want to apologize for everyone who thought this could be a good game, myself included, and it's just drifted into a. So here we go on the free kick. Yep. They try to go direct. Headed. Just out of reach of the Ghanaian players. If someone could have got to that, maybe you can flick it on. But chance after chance. It's it's definitely 50. Princess with a nice turn. Tries to thread it through, but can't get to it, and the ball is played out wide. Princess is offsides and just can't get to it. But right now, this is drifting into a game. Again, the longer this game goes, it feels like if Ghana doesn't score, Malawi will find an equalizer somewhere. Not an equalizer, sorry, a go-ahead goal as they go. So here comes Ghana sends the ball, but then one back. Now here comes Malawi. They get the ball out wide. Temwa gets it. She dribbles, gets past one, cuts inside, lays it off. Nice layoff. Oh, good play. Oh, what a listen. Listen. It's a nice sequence, man. You gotta Malawi go ahead. Listen, nice sequence of play. The Scorchers go up 2-1. On quite frankly, a nice goal, back to front, nicely played, well done. Like, yes, I know I'm getting it, but like that's a nice compared to what I've had to deal with. That's a nice goal. So now Malawi have one step into the semifinals, and furthermore, one step to the Women's World Cup for the first time in their history. Honestly, I'm not even mad because it was really well executed. So now they get the fullback switch in a little bit too little, too late, and Simon comes in for or Simone. So Benedict Simone coming in for, and so Ghana right decision, but too late, and it burns them 2-1. Like I can't even be mad. Like it's so well compared to what we watch in this half so far. That's a beautiful sequence. So 2-1. 10 minutes left for Ghana to find an equalizer. Really well executed, agreed. And now maybe we finally get Ghana with some urgency. As Ghana finally turns and find anything. And it's a throw coming in for Ghana. As Ghana gets the ball, turn, no free kick on it, free kick given. So Ghana earn a free kick now, 82nd, 81st minutes. So here comes Portia Boacha, goes direct, headed, deflected away, and now we have a corner coming in. At least. We reached that point in the story where at least it was nice. Asante now on the corner. Sent in. Defended. Well, nearly off the line. And claimed. Oh, again, this is Ghana. We'll find ways not to score in chances where we should have scored. Portia gets it on screen. Oh, this is like the fourth sequence where there's a scramble and Ghana can't get the ball. And this whole tournament, Ghana's issue hasn't been lack of chances; it's been lack of finishing. And so Ghana now have about 8 minutes plus probably three. A good turn on Dua and draws the foul. I don't want to talk about it, John. I don't want to talk about it. They try to go direct again. And here comes Ghana. Conlon goes long. All the and the playbook, silver linings playbook. I tell you, tries to clear it and goes out for the throw. Ghana now have to. Maybe this is where we finally get Ghana, you know, to play with urgency. Ghanaian fans look a little despondent, but Benedict Bonsu goes down, turns, brought down, and foul. Asante gets the ball in. They're going to go direct again. Yeah, that's what happens when you score a goal and then it's taken off. So here comes Princess Boache. She puts it in low. Good turn. Tries to turn and strike, Princess does, but can't get on site. Goal kick coming for Malawi. And now, like, Malawi can just go direct and or play in transition. This suits them much better. And Ghana, unfortunately, in this possession, haven't really been in good, solid possession. And that's what kind of leaves them in these situations. Here we go. Gets the ball, and Temwat puts in the strike, but Conlon saves it. She rolls it. She gets it going. Worship Chantal Hor Boykle gets knocked down. No foul given, but apparently okay. Now foul given and a yellow card given. And now Malawi are going to do their best to drain as much time from this game as they can. As Kim goes down, for Ghana, look, I can understand the frustration, but you've had opportunity one, and it's just been struggling for you, unfortunately. Here comes. Now, Portia you with the ball. She sends it direct, but easily claimed by the goalkeeper. Looking for glory, it seems, but the minutes are ticking away here for the Black Queens. It was drifting away anyways. Tried to clear it, but then well defended and a foul given. Watching, knowing he's got to be careful here. But Ghana, again, the time is ticking away for them to find an equalizer, which we'll see if they're able to find. But this player is just send her off then. It's like the fifth time she's clattered into someone and the ref gave a yellow. So Chantal Boy gets the ball out wide, well defended, throwing coming for Ghana. Probably at the 4 minutes of additional time. It feels like 4 minutes of additional time, so probably 7 minutes left. Wache chips it up. Wants a good touch, gets it in the middle. Again, just lack of urgency on the ball for Ghana. This is not even when they were down, the whole game. Now here goes Temwa Chewinga with the ball. Tries to dribble through, but can't get there. Now here comes Ghana. They go direct. One chip bash. Chantal turns, sends it forward. Can't quite get to it. Here comes Ghana now finally into it. Princess gets in. Tries to Princess. There's a moment where you just have to go down. And so right now, 3 minutes plus additional time for Malawi, the Scorchers, to scorch their way to the World Cup in the semifinals in a WAFCON where, unless your name is Morocco, you have exceeded or fallen short of expectations. They try to go diagonal, get the ball through. Ghana tries to get it, but it's going to roll out for a long throw. So deep throw coming in. The opportunities are dwindling. The chances are no longer there. They have to get it to 2-2 for a chance, or it's Malawi on. 5 minutes of additional time. Okay. So maybe 2 to 3 sequences for Ghana if they are efficient. But these guys, they got to be at least saves. As they go direct and free. As they go direct again, not being set, tries to hold it, but can't quite get to it. Asante well with a good turn, but again, no awareness, loses the ball. It's like so it would seem. So it would seem. As the opportunities are ticking away. Time is slipping. It's getting late early. I'm frustrated with finally getting a call as we wait. Yeah, strike easily dealt with by Conlon, but time is ticking away here. And Dubé gets pushed off the ball, goes down, and look, give it to Temwa. She is hustling back. She is creating those opportunities for herself. And right now, this is the longer the game went, you just needed one moment. And for Ghana, it's opportunities wasted. And for Malawi, it's seizing the moment. Through 2 minutes away, barring Ghana finding something. It seems like it just feels like everyone's tuning into this game now. Boache, he's just going full on attacking. Now here we go. Here we go. Can they create something? She just sends it long. Can't get to it. And now Malawi moving forward. Good throw. Watch it. They go over the head. Now another free kick opportunity. That should have been three, but we sit here. Probably one of the last two opportunities I think Ghana's going to have here off this free kick. Place it well. Place it well. Portia puts it in. Watch it in. Headed. Chipped. Ball up. And cleared. And just cleared out. Malawi to defend for a few more moments. Too much of a hold up there. Wache tries to turn but can't get to it. Moments, nearly moments. Asante tries to do sends it in, and it's a wayward shot. A few more moments. Maybe one sequence left. Fandika puts it up. Ghana gets the ball out wide. They chip it past. Can we create something here? Black Queens, nothing. Corner kick coming. They got to send everyone forward here. This is it here. So this is probably the last moment. This is probably the last moment here for Ghana. Sends in a poor delivery, crossed away, crossed into space. And that is it. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time, Malawi are going to the World Cup, which means Algeria and Malawi are two debutants joining Cameroon and Morocco going to the World Cup, which means we have our semifinalists, which are set, and our play in tournament games are set. And to be honest, it wasn't the prettiest game, but Malawi got it done. They took their opportunities when they were there. And in this game, a combination of Ghana being very lackadaisical and their pressure creates it, but Malawi headed to the World Cup. And Ghana will face more Cote d'Ivoire later this week for a spot in the playoff. A game that Ghana simply kind of let go. As I said earlier, Ghana were playing like they were expecting to win, and Malawi played like they wanted to win. And it showed as they played. And in this situation, congratulations to the team that wanted to win. Smothering pressure, playing well. They made their most of their opportunity. Ghana, a lot of chances just wasted, which means for Ghana, they have to regroup in 3 days and get ready for Cote d'Ivoire for a chance to qualify through the interconfederational playoff. But for Malawi, not only are they making the World Cup, they now have Cote d'Ivoire and impossible. And I've said this earlier. I think the winner of this game is making the finals of WAFCON, which means I think Malawi is going to the finals, which could be a very, very interesting game. And I will eat my eggs in sadness. My eggs will be eaten in sadness. But congratulations to the Scorchers. One last look at the ratings here. Temwa Chawinga, player of the match, sets up the go-ahead goal and defending well. You saw her in the moment. You saw what it meant to her. Defending, giving everything she had, getting Malawi over the line. Well done for her. Look at what the stats of what she did here. She gets the goal and an assist, creates the big chance, 2 total shots. The playmaking was there. Accurate passes in the final third into the box. Exemplary progression. You saw that get better for her in the game. And the defending, Mark. In the end, won 8 out of 6 duels, committed only 2 fouls, had 7 recoveries, won 2 tackles. Uh now people are messaging me like, "Are you okay?" I'm fine. We were we were we were terrible. Um and so congratulations to Malawi. For Ghana. Ghana was just a lackadaisical and just couldn't find the moments in the finishing. And now they have to turn around and come back and find those moments. And look at the stats of this game. In the second half, most definitely, Malawi was the better side. 6 shots total, but only 1 shot on target for Ghana in the second half. And both halves kind of progressed the same way. You had a Ghana side who was much livelier in the first bit of the half, and then they tailed off. And then you saw Malawi just start to hem in, start to create chances, but give them the whole pitch to play with. Malawi were certainly the better side. In the second half, again, passing wasn't great. Passing was not great in this game. If you look at the stats here, about 57 versus 61, that's just in the second half. But ultimately, a Ghana side who, whether they ran out of steam, whether they kept on relying on the wrong players, there's a conversation to have with Boris Wadua, who, quite frankly, yes, she scores the 1 goal that's called because it is clearly offsides, but she hasn't shown enough in this tournament, unfortunately. You need your striker to deliver and score goals. And right now, she's given them 1 goal against probably the easiest side that they've played. And it's unfortunate, but there's a true conversation in terms of, yes, maybe in a moment she can give you something, but how many moments do we need for her not to show us something? for it to be a conversation to say, can we see something from someone else? And that's where the struggle is. You can't have your striker have nothing. Like, yes, the goal is disallowed, but no successful dribbles, no goals in playmaking, no accurate passes in the final third. Only one accurate pass the whole game, and she goes the whole 90, or she goes 80. My apologies. And then defending, that's what she's going for. My striker is should be striking. My striker shouldn't be defending. No, Jordan Ayumi with us. He has a great defensive work rate. I want you to score goals. But Elise Kusi, the highest rated Ghanaian. Chantal Boy Horkla, tough game. I still feel that she's a much better in the midfield, attacking it in terms of a camera roll. Out wide wasn't the best usage of her, but hey, she gets the goal from there. Josephine Bonsu certainly ran out of steam at the end. This was a player that they ran the entire tournament. So now you have to wonder what's going to come through when it comes to um, the Cote d'Ivoire matchup for the play-in. Will they be healthy enough? Will they be well rested enough? We'll have to wait and see. But I think maybe Kadzere may be the only yellow that we have to worry about. But for Malawi, well done, well played, deserved, fully deserved on their end. And because of that, hey, they are now headed towards the World Cup, which I mean, new qualifiers for Africa is always fun, but this is a very interesting. It's a World Cup of first. I mean, sorry, a WAFCON of first. It's the first WAFCON that we've had where Nigeria haven't made the semifinals. This will be the first World Cup where either South Africa or Nigeria don't make it. And so all four African sides are confirmed. So congratulations again to Morocco, to Algeria, to Cameroon, and now fresh off the pitch, Malawi. The Scorchers are in. I didn't know what to expect from Tabitha and Temwa Chowinga on the big national continental stage, but so far they have delivered. And as a result, now when you go to that page, you see Malawi, Algeria, two debutantes. Congratulations to them. And now just the intercontinental playoff for Africa, which should get now probably two good sides into the tournament. With Malawi defeating Ghana, you're probably going to get either the Ivorians and one of Nigeria or South Africa, or Ghana and one of Nigeria and South Africa. But the semifinals are set. So to remind you what the schedule is, on the 12th, we'll have the semifinals. And then on the 13th, we're going to have the play-in matches for the Interconfederation playoffs. So semifinals coming in on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, we're going to have the playoffs for the play-ins for the IC playoffs. So that is what the schedule is coming up. And as we said earlier, at this point, I can see we won't have a matchup from Group D, but we could possibly have a matchup from Group A in the finals, or you can have a surprise debutant. There's going to be a new finalist at WAFCON for the first time. Algeria or Malawi have never made it this far, and so Cameroon could maybe spoil the party, but it's either going to be Algeria or Malawi in the finals versus Morocco or Cameroon coming up later this week on Wednesday. And then Thursday, reminder, we have the playing matchups, tantalizing matchups, South Africa versus Nigeria. The last two AFCON winners, one of them will not be at the World Cup. And then Cote d'Ivoire versus the Black Queens. And we go from there. Congratulations to the Scorchers. You did well. Congratulations to you and to you. Now the Ghana coaches have seen what these players can do on a bigger stage against stronger teams. Maybe they will adjust the roster accordingly for the play-ins. John, I'd like to welcome you to Ghana football, where a player's name and their stature matters more than their performance on the pitch. The name and their stature and their history in the program outweigh their performance on the pitch. Ghana have to make the play in, and Cote d'Ivoire won't be an easy game for them because Cote d'Ivoire have the pace to hurt Ghana as well. But then the problem with Ghana is it's not for lack of chances; it's lack of finishing. So we'll see how that looks coming through. But the Malawian players are celebrating the Scorchers. Well deserved a moment. I'm sure Malawian players are enjoying this moment, taking it in. It's not done yet. They still have a trophy to play for. Third prettiest trophy. I'm not saying that, but since you're saying it, something like that. Hmm. 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 But yeah, I would like to try anything. I would like to try anything else. And besides, it's a player that's gone so long, you need to rotate a little bit. And so we'll see what comes of this. But a chance to qualify for the World Cup is there for Ghana, and that's coming up. So again, Wednesday we have the semifinals: Morocco, Cameroon, and then Algeria, Malawi. I think Morocco matchup is the final matchup. Yep. No, Morocco is the first matchup. Look at that. Early games, and then Algeria and Malawi is the nightcap. And then the next day, you have Cote d'Ivoire and Ghana as the first game, and then everything sets up for South Africa versus Nigeria for that roundup through for whoever goes through. So third place will happen, but I mean at that point they'll rotate and run. But congratulations to the debutants, Algeria and Malawi, at the World Cup. And all four spots are set. Two more African spots potentially. I think whoever out of South Africa and Nigeria make through, I think they have a good chance to make through based off some of the teams out there, but they have to play the games first. But that Ghana Cote d'Ivoire game, we'll see. The pathways are. I don't like how I now I have extra. They had a direct routes. Ah, they had a direct routes. But congratulations to Malawi again. WAFCON continues. And guys, thank you for everyone who's been here. Appreciate you. If you've liked the video, if you haven't already, subscribe. Appreciate you well. We'll be back later this week to cover those games. And in between, as there's more football happening, and we'll show you how it's shaping the football ecosystem as it goes. Thanks for stooping by. And as always, I'm going to stop talking.